If you're struggling, because you have a lot of friends, Muslim friends, isn't it, right? They teach you, right? Look, struggling, look, there is a lot of sisters, especially in, and I'm sure maybe some of your friends, they're not wearing the hijab, aren't they? Some of your Muslim friends, they're not wearing the hijab, right? So, but they're still Muslim.
But she wants.
Yes, she knows she's making something mistake. She knows she's committing a sin. She knows she's wrong and she's trying her best, but she's still a Muslim.
But in France, it's hard to wear hijab.
Sorry?
In France, it's hard to wear.
It's hard, yes.
Very hard.
That's why I'll tell you the truth. I say to most of Muslims who live in France, do not live in France. Why? No, I'm telling you the truth, right? Look, French, I don't have any problem with French people, but the French government is clearly against Islam, right? Mocking our prophet, making a caricature of him on a government building. No other government in the world did that except France, right? Yes. So I don't have a problem with the people because I know the people are good people. They do not agree with what the government does. A lot of Americans as well, they don't agree with what their government does, right? There are some people that are not good as well. I know. So the important thing is this, right? Look, the hijab is a teaching, it's an obligation. I'm not going to lie to you. Allah commanded that women should wear the hijab, and it is for a benefit. But you're already kind of wearing the hijab, right? Like kind of covering your hair. Right? You're already kind of wearing a hijab, you know. Like, so because it's cold in a way, right? Yes.
I don't understand the point.
Yes.
To hiding me.
Sorry?
Excuse-moi. Cacher tes cheveux. Non, je comprends pas trop le truc. En gros, moi je m'habille pas pour les gens, pour les hommes.
Okay.
C'est ça que je
She doesn't understand the point of hiding herself because she doesn't dresses for the men.
Sure.
For someone.
I would agree with you, but there is a problem there. You assuming that Allah said wear the hijab because of men, but nowhere in the Quran Allah say women you should wear the hijab. Right? You wear the hijab for Allah. You get the point? Exactly, because you as a woman, I'll tell you why. Because you as a woman have a desire to get, and I don't want to say this, I'm not saying this in a negative way, but women generally, and all people, but women, they have it more. They have an innate thing to get validation from people, right? By your looks, maybe you put makeup on, you like attention, you like when people look at you, you like when people call you beautiful, which is a normal thing, right? A woman likes when people praise her, when they look at her, when they say, oh, you're very beautiful today, this and that, right? Women like that. It's something within you. So Allah Azza wa Jal is testing you. Do you put Allah first, or do you put your own self-desires first? You get the point? So if you know that this is something we all want validation, we all want to look good, and we want people to praise us, but this is even for a man in Islam, we struggle with that, because Islam teaches you to be very careful not to show off when you're doing your action. If I'm doing an action of worship, if I show off in Islam, that's the biggest sin you could do. So it's not good action. So women have this innate thing to have, like to get called beautiful and get recognition from the opposite gender and all of that. So that's a part of it. That's something that Allah is telling you to restrict, right? Also, there is a lot of harms that can happen in society because of that, right? Whether specifically it is for you or not, but it is beneficial for your community. You know the thing about the Western society, they care about every single individual alone. Islam looks at the society. It's not just the individual. Maybe I'll say, okay, you do whatever you like as a person, but it will harm your society. You get the point? So the people in the society can get harmed from this idea. Even the woman herself, for her own protection. There could be crazy people that could be enticed to do some harm to this specific woman because of the way she's dressed. I'm not saying that justifies it, but still, the woman has a little bit of responsibility to take of how she dresses as well. Wouldn't you agree? It's responsibility on both genders, that of how I dress myself, and also that person who does wrong is 100% he's wrong. But how I'm dressed, I'm enticing the person either to look at me and to try to do that thing, or I'm pushing him away by how I'm dressed. So if a woman is wearing, you know, the hijab means veil. So a woman is literally veiling herself from the opposite gender, from the other individual completely, right? She's doing it for Allah. Ask any woman that is wearing the hijab. Yes. Yeah. So there are many reasons, wisdoms that I can give you, but the main reason we're doing it is for the Creator. Right? So sister, we get our morality from Allah. Right? Right and wrong comes from Allah. If you don't follow religion, you don't have right and wrong. So because we know Allah is the most wise, He created this whole universe. If He says wear the hijab, I'm gonna wear the hijab. If He says a man wear the hijab, I'll wear the hijab. You know? If Allah says eat this, I will eat it. If Allah says don't eat it, I'm not gonna eat it, because I know it's good for me. And that's why when we live our lives as practicing Muslims, you find the most peace and contentment. You're not going to get that from anything. You know, this Western society tried to convey women as a piece of meat. Beautify yourself so we can use you in our products, when we sell things, and that's what the Western society wants to do with women. Allah wants to protect you as a woman, protect your chastity. If I tell you this, right, something which is precious, is it covered or is it shown to everyone? Usually when something is precious, you know, the gold and all of these stuff, they're under the earth, they're covered by the earth naturally, right? Because they're precious. When you go to the jewelry store, can you touch the jewelry? No, you can, because it's something precious. But go to Tesco, you touch anything over there, it's okay, right? So if you're precious, then no one should be able to touch you, no one should be able to look at you except someone who deserves that thing, right? So I have, by the way, I have sisters. I have 3 sisters. You know, I have a lot of sisters. You know, so I care about my sisters like I would care about any other woman in the society. A young man came to Prophet Muhammad and he said to him, "I want to commit fornication. I want to have intercourse before marriage." So Prophet Muhammad says, "Would you please the same thing for your sister? Would you like someone else to do that thing with your sister?" He said, "No." He said, "How can I please it for other people when I'm not pleasing it for my family? I care about my family, I care about other people like I care about my family. I don't want people to use and abuse women, and of course I'm not going to do it myself, and I don't want people to do it." So these are all explanations. These are all explanations to why Allah Azza wa Jal commands to wear the hijab, right? So why Allah Azza wa Jal commands to wear the hijab. Does it make sense to you? So